It's like the equivalent of a fucking person who gets like a 1995 Civic, but they put a huge fucking exhaust on it.
Like a spoiler on it.
Yeah. It always looks like a fucking, like the trashiest thing, but they think they're a fucking hard ass because they got this.
They get it lowered to the ground. Like,
yeah.
Listen to me go 25.
They got those tires that are like
Not
fucking
25.
tilted in, and they're like, yeah, that's for, they do that so it's easier to drift. But I'm like, you fucking.
Were you drifting in your fucking $10,000 car?
Yeah, like exactly.
Bro, get your Honda
drifting.
Civic and fuck off.
Yeah, you literally live.
Where are you drifting in your budget sedan?
Right? It's like, sir, that's not even a Civic. That's a Toyota Tercel. Like, we're here for a second episode of season 2.
2 episodes.
That means we're officially on a roll now.
Yeah.
And by the time this comes out, now I know that
It'll be February.
yeah, no, it won't be February. It'll be
It's tax day. It's fine.
So I know that the last full episode when we started, I was like, "Don't worry, we're gonna bring back the minisode." And guess what? I lied. We're gonna bring back the minisodes next week. We all kind of have some scheduling things we're trying to work out here, so we just have the time to film. That's a new step there. We don't have the time to record a full episode now. So right now, it's just going to be this full episode, which you're listening to now. So that's why there wasn't one this previous Monday. I'll probably tweet about that on Monday, like, hey, you're waiting another week. So you know what? That's my fault. But next week, we'll have the return of the minisodes, hopefully. But that's why it's called Everyone Sucks Here, because we're allowed to make these mistakes, because then we can just play it off and think, well, everyone sucks here. What are you going to do? It's in our title.
What are you going to do? Hey, the name's in the title.
Name is in the title. So, yeah, we... And for those wondering, the video that I just made Sushie watch, just in case I don't post it... Or in case you guys just don't fucking follow the Instagram, which you should, and the Twitter, which you should, which is ESH Podcast on Twitter and Everyone Sucks Here Podcast on Instagram. Is that some dash cam footage of this little old man coming by on a what do you call it? I guess it's a scooter. I don't know what that is.
It's like
a motorized wheelchair. Like I don't.
It's like I guess it's not an electric.
It's like a power scooter. Like it's like quite a Vespa.
Yeah. It's like a power scooter. It's not an electric scooter in the sense of like they're standing on a bird.
It looks like he rode it out of the
cool
grocery
where you're
store.
like in Italy on a little dirt road. It's like.
It looks like something you ride in a grocery store.
This is
like the person that doesn't need to have one gets one anyway.
This is something that you buy off of TV at 1 a.m.
Yeah, when you're
a power scooter.
When you're 75 years old.
Yeah.
So this is a person I saw cruising down this main line road here at like 9:30 at night. Just and it was glorious.
Also, I just want to bring up the obvious. If you heard crinkling, that was me. I just reached for a cough drop, and I grabbed the wrong type of cough drop, so now I'm upset.
Oh,
I have to live here.
What'd you get?
We can hear it in your mouth because you got that like sucking voice.
Oh my God!
I grabbed a Coldies instead of an actual cough drop, and I didn't realize it was a Coldies until I put it in my fucking mouth.
No, you know that the sound like you're trying to keep it from falling out of your mouth.
I know.
You hold it with your tongue.
I just love that you called it the sucking mouth.
What? I didn't call it the sucking mouth. I said the sucking voice.
Oh, the sucking voice.
What do you call it? Like the.
She's got
ASMR.
She's got shit in her mouth. Oh no! Stop!
God. I'm watching the recording and I just see this like not the spike, but it just got all like thick.
Oh God!
So I'm upset.
If you guys
I wanted a refreshing cough drop.
Dudes of the world, you can give her $5 for that free ASMR you just got. So just find her on Twitter.
I'm waiting.
Sushi
I'm
Monster.
coming to collect that $5.
So, well,
I'm fun employed.
You're fun employed.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I've been fun employed for a year, so I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah. This. You know what? Can all you all viewers out here just hurry up, share this with all your family that's locked down too, so we can all just call this our unemployment. Like, this will be our employment once it just, becomes a thing. That's what you guys need to do.
Yeah, if we can get big enough, we'll write a book.
Yeah, and it'll be a book. It'll only be a couple of pages.
It'll be a triple autobiography. I don't know how that works. But
About what though? What do we
don't really fucking know.
We start in the year 1986,
Oh,
right?
fucking hell.
Okay.
So
Right.
that
And
covers.
it takes a couple years for Sam to make an introduction, but
we talk long and hard. We write for 2 solid years about Sushie's first 2 years and my first 2 years. Then
right.
at some point in time,
And bam, I come in through the door.
Yeah.
What up, motherfuckers?
Like fucking Kool-Aid man.
and we're going to go into excruciating detail of the day-by-day antics of our entire lives, all the way up until we met.
Right.
So-
We talk about what it was like being a latchkey kid,
There's going to be
the pitfalls of manhunt.
But the thing is, we're not gonna talk about whose chapter it is at the same time. It's
You
just
just
gonna
gotta
be
figure it out.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same. Like we're just gonna be going off of like the exact day. So like, here's what happened,
Oh my God.
and like March 31st, 1987. Yeah, or like 1992. Yeah, like
Right.
hey, what happened on this day? And you guys have to piece it together. Who the fuck we're talking about?
Who
because
was? Yeah.
It's a mystery.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
gonna
god,
be-
we're gonna talk about gremlins.
And we got one more bit of good news before we dive into this, and Sam just brought this up as well, like right before we start recording.
Oh.
So I saw it when we all kind of were bullshitting here before we pressed live, and I saw it and I wanted to say it, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna say that for the podcast because I think it's funnier.
It is pretty
So,
funny.
The it was as of like 35 minutes ago, the NRA has filed for bankruptcy, and
What?
the National Rifle Association files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and then they're trying to relocate, guess where?
Kentucky?
To Texas.
To Texas?
Of course, it's where else are they going to go? Because they want to relocate to Texas, and then they want to restructure as a nonprofit. But the New York General Attorney is like, hey, we're not going to let you get away with this or evade accountability just because you're leaving the state. Like, we're going to find you.
Right.
New York is literally like, I'm going to fuck where you go.
Yo,
we're finding your ass.
How the hell do you explain, like, we're the NRA, but we're a nonprofit? Nonprofit for
Right.
what?
Where's the money going to? What charity are you supporting? What do you mean
well,
not
what?
for profit?
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Pay taxes.
Yeah, don't exist. How
fucking
about that?
taxes.
Just, how about bankrupt and go the fuck away?
Oh my God.
Like,
Everyone sucks here.
so
Yeah.
I honestly, that really surprised me because I just assumed they had a ton of money because like they're fucking, in all these fucking people's pockets and shit. I just assumed, but then lo and behold, fucking look at that. They're broke as shit. So yeah, NRA.
You're just like the rest
Well,
of
they
us.
bet on a losing horse, didn't they? So they probably sank all their money into that stupid election.
Oh yeah,
Wah, wah.
yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
God.
Imagine.
No coming back from that one.
Yeah. And so that's gonna be a story that's gonna unfold over time, and I'm very excited to see New
Keep
York.
us updated.
I'm excited to see New York just take a big fucking shit on this company.
New York. Yeah.
As they try to
baby.
fucking go, no, we're nonprofit now, but New York's like, yeah, but you weren't nonprofit for the last 25 years. Now were you? Pay
So-
us.
Is that where they were located in New York?
I guess they had to have been if New York's coming after them.
New York just coming
Yeah.
after somebody who was in
Unless-
Wyoming.
Yeah,
First of all, you owe me money, ho.
yeah, unless New York just don't give a shit and they're like, you know what, we're just gonna go after people now. Like,
Yeah.
We're tired of this shit.
Cuomo's like, first of all, you have a bill, you have an outstanding debt, and I'm coming for it. Okay? Okay.
you know what, NRA, if I have any advice for you, maybe you can pay him back in Coles cash. So.
Ooh.
Coles cash.
Maybe in New York you can get yourself a nice
You
new
guys get with that Coles cash.
rice cooker.
Okay, well that's useful,
and some
actually.
towels
And
because
some towels and a shower curtain.
and a
Okay,
candle.
okay.
2 candles.
2 candles.
And he bought a pack of
So-
underwear.
Yeah.
So my almost PlayStation really improved your lives somewhat.
It really did.
And I still have in my Walmart cart your potential PlayStation if it
My
ever fucking
potential
comes up.
PlayStation.
And I still I'm checking BrickSeek all the fucking time for Target to restock their shit.
I emotionally have to detach myself from the PS5 saga, or I'll go crazy.
Don't worry. That's why I'm always on the hunt. In the background, I'm always I bring it up at least once a day. Like, all right, what can I find? You know?
I've been let down a lot by the PS5, just like a man. So I'm just gonna detach myself.
And the Kohl's one really that pissed me off. Like I felt so fucking bad.
It's real shitty
because that was like we had it. It went through. It wasn't even like oh it was in the cart. It was purchased. It was paid for, and it was like 2 days later that they were like oopsie whoopsie made a fucksy wucksy like
Here's some Kohl's cash.
Here's some Kohl's cash.
I don't understand. What was the confirmation for? What were you confirming?
Why did you send a confirmation? Why did you wait 2 days to be like, oh, we're Kohl's. We sell Jinko jeans, not PS5s.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Whoops.
Not the Jinko jeans.
We never even had the PS5. We're a clothing
if
store.
That was the gag the whole time. Like, oh, we never actually had PS5s.
We just wanted people to come to our website.
You know what? If anyone's listening right now and actually got a PS5 from Kohl's, can you confirm it with us? Like, what if this was just a whole thing to get people back into Kohl's?
This was,
nope. Everybody forgot about Kohl's except for fucking 60-year-old women buying clothes for their grandkids, right?
True.
And my stepmom.
True.
Okay, but those socks are really fucking comfy.
Well, I'm glad it worked out for someone.
So, and the
silver lining.
I wanted to have that story of getting another fucking console from another bullshit place, like when I got my collector's edition fucking PS4
it would have been
from
funny.
Nebraska Furniture Mart.
Oh my god, AJ.
That's why I need to contact Nebraska Furniture Mart. Maybe I can get.
What if they have all the PS5s?
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. We're gonna figure this out at some point or another. So we're gonna get you that PS5 at some point.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and if any listeners are listening, you can just buy me a PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just fucking. We'll figure out the semantics of shipping. Just we'll open up a New York PO box for PS5s.
I need a cam link if everybody's in the given mood.
Yeah, Elgato cam link.
Yeah. Elgato cam link. Yeah.
Yeah, send that to their. They have a PO box.
Yeah,
You can just send that.
I have a PO box. I'm not gonna give it to you right here, but
I need a house.
Yeah.
So if anyone.
We're trying to content
if
for
we're
you
all
guys,
shooting our shot here, I'm gonna go hard. I need a house, all right? So I'm looking, somewhere up in the Pacific Northwest. If anyone wants to gift a house, send the deed to our PO box.
Oh God.
Right.
Oh.
Maybe it should be a 3-bedroom so I can move in.
Yeah.
And then we can make content.
Everyone sucks here house.
Oh my God. It's a podcast house.
Yeah, that probably doesn't exist, right? People always talk about these fucking streamer houses and shit. No, we got podcast house.
No, we need a podcast house. Yeah. That'd be great.
See, podcasters aren't like streamers. We're not as annoying. Like, we don't have to
We don't
have to go outside and set things on fire in front of our neighbors to make content, right?
Yeah.
Right. We're not even showing our faces. You don't have to know what we look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you know I'm not a narcissist.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Well, shall we get into our stories here?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm
Yes, I
ready.
wanted to talk about my cough drops some more.
I'm ready.
Sure. I'm ready.
Who wants to start us off? I started last week, so one of you two go this week.
I can't remember what mine is. Look at mine. Where's mine at?
Okay, that one's yours.
Okay, mine's mediocre. So
How you looking?
So maybe that should be the middle one.
I'll be in the middle.
Okay, how you look?
Make a Sam sandwich.
Yeah.
A Sam sandwich. I can go.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for throwing away a family heirloom?
Oh no. Problem.
My entire family has some type of weird obsession with collecting the baby teeth of their children.
Oh no, I think I read this one.
I don't like this.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I'm not talking about a few to keep as memories. I'm talking about the entire fucking set. All 32 of them, if possible. They put them in clear glass jars for displays, label them with their child's name, and even decorate it. As a kid, I thought this was normal. I thought every family just did this. It wasn't until I was 22, yes, 20 fucking 2, until I realized just how creepy this stuff was. Recently, I had to move back in with my mom. She had glass jars full of teeth displayed in the living room for everyone to see.
Oh my God.
It was really uncomfortable and suggested we move it somewhere else, but she just shrugged it off. A month passed and somehow I didn't get used to the jar of teeth. Maybe it would.
What a sentence.
Oh, God.
A month's gone by and I'm still not used to that jar of teeth.
Maybe it would have been okay if there was only one jar, but there was 7 of them. 4 for me and my siblings, 1 for my mom, and 2 for my late. Oh my God. Late grandma. They have fucking centennial-old teeth in a jar. They just felt incredibly disgusting to look at and made me feel deeply uncomfortable inside. Girl, same. As for some reason, I especially did not want my jar up there. I didn't know how to explain it. It just feels strange to look at a jar full of your own baby teeth. Anyhow, I tried hiding it a few times, but my mom eventually found out and put them back in the living room. I have no idea why she chooses to display them here. Eventually, I got so sick of it that I just threw it away. Just mine, no one else's. My mom found out and screamed at me for throwing away a family heirloom. Am I the asshole?
Okay. First of all, this isn't a family heirloom. This is your own body part.
Yeah, I feel
This is my body part.
I feel like if anything, she's got exactly. She has the right to do whatever the fuck she wants because they're her.
Oh my God.
Like
my teeth, my choice.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that's the name of the podcast. My teeth, my choice.
The whole podcast, not even the episode. We're changing the podcast name. Welcome to My Teeth, My Choice.
Change that in the sub handle on the Twitter. My teeth, my choice.
Oh my God.
I'm crying. I want you to know that they were, first of all, this is where Reddit is really letting us down. They were deemed the asshole.
What?
I swear, they were deemed the asshole, and it's like, no, ma'am, no green eggs and ham. They were not the asshole.
How? What are their reasonings?
I need an answer.
Yeah, we need answers.
I need an answer.
What are their reasonings? What? How?
Let me see.
How could you be like, yeah, you're the asshole for throwing away your own teeth? Like, that's a teeth collector. That's a tooth collector saying that.
I know. What? You're the asshole for throwing away your own creepy baby teeth.
The fucking dude with the Iranian yogurt is on here on Reddit, and he's like, "How dare you throw away a jar of?"
We were keeping those for a special occasion.
Well, but he eats so much dairy. I'm sure his teeth are fantastic. So
I know. Okay, I'm gonna read one that says you're the asshole. You're the asshole. I had to take a moment to reread to ensure that you did indeed say your mom has 7 jars of teeth on display, but ultimately you moved into her house and threw away something that means a lot to her. It's still your no, I disagree. I completely understand how unusual this collection is. However, you could have found other solutions. It's not right to throw away something that means a lot to someone else, especially whilst living in their house. I couldn't disagree more.
that's serial killer talk. That's literally like going, okay, so you collected someone's hair. And you just like you went up to a girl, you cut her fucking hair, you made a lock, you put it in a book, and they're like, it means a lot to me. And then she's like, no, it doesn't, and throws it away. And people are like, how dare you?
People are really stuck on this because it's their mother and also like baby teeth.
What it is. I think it's because of the mother.
It's the mother and the baby teeth kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Like,
moms are so creepy.
There is something that happens to like some of these moms, like they just. It's like they refuse to let go of like the baby, the child, the everything. Like they're so just absolutely emotionally attached to this.
She has her parents' teeth.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Go see a therapist, Mom. Mom?
I wonder how long that. I wonder, like, does the rest of the family do stuff like that? You know, like aunts and uncles. Like, do they?
I wonder if they all have
family,
alters of their teeth.
Is that a thing, or is this only normal for this person because her mom is the only one doing it?
Right.
You know,
like you can't own some of my DNA unless I tell you.
oh my god,
100%, it's fine. I don't care whose snatch I came out of. You cannot own my DNA against my will. Blech. No, thank you.
That's. I mean, I'm just grossed out by the fact of like having.
and that's the
teeth,
thing.
like,
And that's the thing too is they didn't throw away the other fucking 24 jars of teeth. They threw away their teeth.
How many teeth? So it's 32 teeth in a set of a mouth, right? And
Okay.
there's 7. I can't quick math. How many teeth
32
is that?
times 7.
wait. I don't know fucking 32 times 7 off the top
Why
of my head.
not?
I'm not a
No,
mathematician.
why not? You should know. Let me open up the calculator.
It's
can't
224.
quick math, sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Ew. So there's. Oh
They're
my
making
god,
a tooth
bro.
monster.
That's so.
A tooth monster
Okay.
on the mantle.
I don't even know how to unpack this. No, you're not the asshole. And I'm weirded out that Reddit agreed that they're the asshole. They're not the asshole. That's weird.
That's the
Okay.
weird fucking part of Reddit that's just
Here's
that's
the-
come out of the woodwork.
Here's the thing. I know for a fact that my mother kept my baby teeth. But she has them in like a little pouch.
Yeah, a little pouch like in her jewelry box or something.
Yes, exactly. In the jewelry box. Why do they
Yeah.
always keep the teeth in the jewelry box?
They keep everything valuable.
Why is it
Like
always in the jewelry box?
they nest like fucking pigeons. They keep straight.
like fucking crows, like building a nest.
In there, there's a thimble. There's a thimble.
There's always a thimble too. What the fuck?
Literally always a thimble in an old ass jewelry box. Promise you. Listeners, go into your mom's jewelry box. Don't steal nothing. And I promise you there's a fucking thimble in there. And one of your molars.
And one of your molars. So, and I know there's other people who like will keep like the first like baby hair in like a
Yeah.
baby book.
like their first haircut, right?
Yeah, like their first haircut or
Yeah.
something in like
Right.
a baby book. But none of these I've never heard anybody displaying it out
Display it.
on the mantelpiece. You come over
Like
for
you're gonna
Christmas
make
and there's just a
voodoo
bunch
dolls or
of
something, like,
jars
oh
of
my God.
molars everywhere.
It's like you make a nativity scene every Christmas with it. Like, what are you doing?
And this is crown molar Jesus
So
with
what are you
incisor Joseph and incisor.
Why are they on display?
I just texted my mom and was like, out of curiosity, did you keep my baby teeth? And I got the 3 little dots that are wiggling, and I'm just like, they've been wiggling for a while now, and I'm like,
Oh no!
uh-oh.
He's like, bet it's in my jewelry box.
She said, no, I did, but who knows what happened to them?
I think that's a normal response.
That's a-
There you
yeah.
go. You did, but now
Ah.
AJ is a grown ass adult, and we don't need to hold on to his baby.
His mom's
insider.
like, all right, I can only hold on for 30 years, and this is.
and that's it.
Why have I
Draw
got
the
these
line.
baby teeth for 45 years?
Like I can kind of get it when your children are still children, right? And it's like, oh, cute, it's their little baby. Like when you're at that point where you think everything about them
Yeah.
is cute, even if it's not. Okay, fine, whatever. But they have their parents' teeth.
So
Unpack that.
at what point? Yeah, I'm starting to think about this, right? So like, if like our parents have like our teeth stored in their jewelry box, do we like inherit that?
I
Do
know.
we
Like, what do you want me to do with
inherit
this?
Do we inherit that? And like, what do I do? Do I give that to my kids? So now my kids are just a whole bunch of teeth.
These are my first
So,
teeth.
like, I guess the only way this person could have gone about this without getting shit on was just fucking wait until she is passed on these teeth and then throw them the fuck away. And I'm like, well, fucking who cares now? And then
Right.
then she could put an end to the weirdness. But at the same time, I still don't think she's the asshole for throwing away her own teeth because they're her own teeth. And if it weirds you out that somebody else has them, you're not the fucking asshole.
No, I really, really don't think that she's the asshole in this situation. I mean, if this was literally any other thing, and she was like, "This weirds me out. I moved back into my parents' house, and I don't like this thing." Like, and then she threw it away. Like, that would be a problem. But this is literally your own teeth. These are my baby teeth. and I don't want to look
Right.
at them, and I threw them away
weird.
because I don't want to see them anymore.
And they tried to be respectful
Yes.
and move them.
Yes.
So I can kind of get behind like having your first baby tooth that came out, kind of cute, whatever, sure, but you keep a whole mouth of teeth in a bell jar, like.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's the thing.
Was
It's
it
like,
screw top lid?
yeah, like
It's like a fucking
these-
Is
like
it
a fuck-
a rinsed out pasta sauce jar? Like, what are we talking?
she
here?
fucking stabs holes in the lid that way they can breathe.
Is it a crock container? Like,
Oh my god, you damn well know she got some ideas from fucking Pinterest. She said she decorated the goddamn jar, right? I guarantee you it's some like fake ass like paint on a mason jar with a little ribbon on top.
You know, I'm looking at Pinterest right now.
so I said-
you know I am.
I replied to my mom and I was like, okay, it was only curious because I saw a story about, I made it vague. I was like,
Yeah.
A story about parents who hold on to their baby's teeth or, like their first haircut. And she responded and said, I had them, but I don't know what became of them. I don't recall after the tooth fairy came, really.
Baby tooth jar on Etsy. Wait, this is a whole.
Oh no!
Ew.
We
Get off
can't.
Etsy. We're going to find a...
We can't go down that rabbit hole right this second. We got shit to do, Sushi.
I just. Guys, do or do not Google baby tooth jar.
Do you want to know why it's on Etsy? Because they made
Why?
the teeth.
Oh, God. Ew.
Oh my god.
They those mom-
This is horrifying.
Don't do that. Don't go down that rabbit hole.
Okay. I'm exiting.
You gotta get out of there.
Okay,
We got
okay.
shit to do,
I'm
Sushi.
focusing. Disgusting.
This sounds like the kind of mom that falls into that whole like, well, you can't say that they're yours because I made you. That means you're a part of me. That means they're mine.
Oh, that's turning. Oh my god. You're right.
Yeah. So what have you got for us, Sam?
Yeah.
So I have one, and and it has an update.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Am I the asshole for leaving my husband in the grocery store because he started acting like a toddler?
This immediately gave me a mental image of him just sitting on the floor in the middle of an
And
aisle.
having a husky
like, Yeah,
tantrum.
like, I don't want to go. Like,
Well, we're close.
I want my Miller Lite.
You're kind of close.
Yeah. Where are my Reese Puffs?
Here we go.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
So we all go through phases and pick up annoying habits, and sometimes we just need our loved ones to gently tell us if we've picked up a particularly egregious habit. Sometime in the last year, my husband has picked up a habit where he talks like a baby. At first, it was funny, but passed into embarrassing, cringeworthy behavior very quickly. Examples, and when you listen to these, you're gonna have flashbacks. Okay, examples: doggo, pupper, woofer, subwoofer, pibble, hootie boy, peepo, burb, meow meow, Sammy, sandwiches, Sammy whammy, chicky nuggies, chicky tenders, adding a toddler-esque lisp to words, and the ones that really get gross are childish euphemisms for genitalia or sex.
So he's like an uwu boy, but no.
I guess so. So I
Okay.
cannot emphasize this enough. It is not endearing or sexy to have my husband talk about my boobies and his wiener and weenie and wee wee, hoo-ha's and bajingos. Nostalgia for scrubs be damned. We have not had sex for 6 months because he cannot stop talking about my boobies, and it makes me sick. Just before the pandemic hit, we were at a restaurant with some friends. He actually ordered a Chicky Sammy. Like, said that exact phrase, Chicky Sammy. Look, it's totally fine that he ordered the chicken sandwich. That's not the issue. The chicken sandwich is not the issue here. Our friends noticed the baby talk because he insisted on continuing the quote joke and even started talking with this god-awful toddler accent. After that, I just couldn't stomach the idea of going out with him to adult places. I'd go out to the brewery with friends, but God forbid he join me and say, "Me want another beer" or something.
Oh my. Okay, this man needs to get with that woman who wants to like turn her boyfriend into a baby.
Yeah. See, there is a shoe for every foot. There really is.
I don't know where it came from. I don't know why he's doing this. I finally hit my limit when we were grocery shopping and everything seemed normal and fine until he gasped like a kid, ran to the ice cream section, and jumped up and down yelling, ice cream, I want chocolate.
I'm embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed. My silence is because I'm dead.
I was mortified. People were staring at him and me. He kept going and going and kept saying, can we get popsicles? And I just said, either talk to me like an adult or I'm leaving. He started saying, ooh, you must be fun at parties and lighten up, will you? And shit like that. I just said, fuck it. Left the store, leaving him to walk home like a mile. It was fine because I couldn't even look at him.
Can I just say, first of all, talking to your wife like, ooh, you must be fun at parties. That doesn't work when you're married to the person. Like you,
right.
that works.
Doesn't work. It's not the 1-2 zing you think it is.
Yeah, like so.
Right.
Anyway.
Since then, things have been very tense, and he keeps telling me that he wants an apology for embarrassing him by leaving him in the store. I told him that people don't get to demand apologies. If someone wants to apologize, it's up to them, and I am absolutely not going to apologize for saving the embarrassment of a 35-year-old man with a mortgage and retirement account asking for chocolate ice cream.
I'm nauseous.
He got his fucking mom involved. No joke.
Of course he did.
She keeps telling me it's just a phase and he's probably bored and I should be happy. This is his midlife crisis rather than him fucking 19-year-olds at the local bar. Thanks, mother-in-law.
The bar is in hell. The bar is in the magnum of the earth's crust. What?
I'm going crazy. Am I the asshole? Do I really just need to let my husband continuously embarrass me like this?
No,
So,
I think she
before we
needs
do
to
the
have
edit,
a serious
yeah.
conversation
Yes.
where she's like,
Before
I'm
the
being
edit.
dead ass serious.
Before the edits.
Cut this out.
These are edits and update because people were asking a lot of questions.
Okay, 'cause I'm
How
getting
long
mad.
have they been
I'm getting
together?
mad. Okay.
Like, was that? Did she even say? Like, I'm just curious. Like, how? Like,
No, she didn't say.
So, okay, let's just assume.
I
it's
also
been a
don't know how
while.
old she is, but he's 35.
Yeah, let's just assume they've been together for a while.
Yeah.
They're married, whatever. We'll go with the assumption that
Yes.
it's a normal relationship.
Yes.
How the fuck do you, like, how do you not just talk to somebody like, this is fucking weird, and then just respond like, you know what, this is kind of weird. Like, why are you getting defensive over your baby talk? Like, that's not the thing to get defensive about. Like, you're being fucking weird. Like, it's one thing, excuse me, it's one thing to, like, have your guys' little moment, like, at home, you fucking joking around and playing, whatever the fuck. There's a difference there than, like, being at the grocery store and literally acting like a child. Like...
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so
Like, why are you really talking like Baby Yoda?
so there was edits because people had questions.
Okay. I have questions too.
Okay. Sorry, there's only so much space. I have talked to him multiple times, especially about the sexual comments. I've made it extremely abundantly clear that him using terms like boobies and wee-wee are absolutely repulsive to me, among other things he says. Info, does he have a job? Yes, and he acts completely normal as far as I know. He worked from home for a while during lockdown. I never heard him talk like this to anyone he worked with. Does he do it with friends? Sometimes, and it's generally meant to annoy them or gross them out, but he stops. He has friends where they think it's cute to embarrass each other. Is this a kink or fetish? If so, I'm absolutely done. Has he seen a doctor? No, but I've asked him if he needed to talk to someone because he was acting strange. He accused me of being stuck up and judgmental, given that he doesn't act like this with his coworkers or his friend or his family. Only jokes around with his friends. I'm willing to bet that this is an indication that he's trying to force this fetish on me non-consensually or trying to get me to leave. Is it a tumor? I don't know. Like I said above, at first when I was hearing it, the way she was describing it, I almost wondered if something happened because, especially head injuries too can give you a lisp. And certain things can give you a stutter and a lisp. So that's kind of one of the things. I guess people on Reddit were like, is it a tumor? Is it something medical? Does he really need to go see somebody? I can't force him, even if I want to, just find out if there's any way we can salvage this. But after this post closes, I will try to get him to, maybe his sister can encourage him, even though he acts completely normal around them.
Maybe I'm stupid. What do they mean by, is it a tumor? Like like on the relationship? Or
No,
like,
tumor
is it
as
an
like actual tumor.
like affecting his brain function.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was like, is this a tumor? Can you cut this part of the relationship out? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Does he have childhood trauma? As far as I know, and I'm relatively close to his family and would like to know, the most traumatic thing he had happen was a minor car accident when he was around 13. No injuries, no death, etc. He hasn't been in a car accident in the past 2 years or anything like that, and I haven't. And as far as I know, no one else in his family has been.
What they don't tell you is that with a chocolate ice cream twuck.
Oh no, stop it. So, those are the edits. Are you ready for
Oh my God, that's not even the update. That's the edits.
Those are the edits because people were asking.
Oh my God.
You ready
Oh
for
my
the
God.
update?
Okay.
So here's the update. And she had to post it on her own page because the admins were like, all right, look, you can't. This isn't like.
Yeah.
This isn't the subreddit
this
material.
Is too much for Reddit.
Yeah. So she posts. Yeah, the mods declined to allow me to post the update because I do not have the videos described below. Well, here I am with the update. I talked to my husband after doing some soul searching. There was no tumor, no kink, no childhood trauma. I asked him first if he understands why I'm upset and to please clarify if he was doing this on purpose or if we needed to seek medical intervention. He didn't want to tell me at first, and I got worried. He eventually caved when I suggested we look for a doctor because of how worried I am. It was a bet with one of his friends that started as them trying to embarrass each other in public. He bet my husband that he couldn't keep it up for the whole year. The only off-limits part was at work because he could not jeopardize his career.
But it can jeopardize his marriage?
No. He decided to jeopardize his marriage instead. And for what prize? What was he gonna win? A signed baseball. A baseball. I thought he was still joking. No, he was dead serious.
Are the men okay?
How was the friend verifying? My husband would share little videos he took here and there of him upsetting me with the baby talk, including times he tried to initiate sex by whispering this baby talk in my ear. I wasn't in any state of undress. And by seeing us in public, like at the brewery, he got cross with me in the grocery store because I interrupt the recording and almost, quote, blew the whole operation. He wasn't remorseful or apologetic.
The only thing she can be blowing now.
Divorce
Holy
papers.
shit.
Divorce papers.
He thought we were both in on this little joke and that I'd find it hysterical. I asked him, did he understand we haven't had sex in months? No, it didn't matter. It was all worth it to him. He kept saying, you just don't get it. It's not just a baseball.
What is it, fucking like...
Higher marriage in your life.
What is it,
and
a
your
fucking
credit
Sandlot?
score.
Like, what do we...
I told him the joke was over. It was time to stop for good, but that I was willing to move on with him. I could forgive him. No, he wanted to keep going. There are only 2 months left in the bet, so he's so close. He said, we can have sex if you want. We'll just pretend XYZ. And I was just like, what? Why does thinking about your friend even factor into this? What's wrong with you? You never had to do this and ruin our intimate moments, but I just didn't get it. I just didn't get it. He had to be in character all the time. After a lot of arguing and tears, I left him. I'm headed up to Colorado to be with my family through Christmas, and then I'm going to move in with my sister for a little while to figure out the next steps. I hope it was worth it.
This guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like, not only... Okay. Holy shit. So, one, I'm curious who the baseball's signed by.
Everybody's fucking curious.
But this is the stupidest fucking thing. You tossed your marriage out the fucking window because even if it's fucking signed by Babe Ruth or Mickey Mantle or fucking anybody, who gives a shit? Fucking toss that shit in the dumpster if it's not worth it, dude. Like, this is your fucking marriage.
It's gonna ruin your life.
Yeah. But secondly, these two don't sound like they're that fucking in sync with each other anyway. Because how hard would it have been for him to go, hey, my buddy's being fucking stupid and he's making this bet that I can't do this. Would you mind if you just get in on it with me? You know,
be in on the joke.
Literally,
yeah.
They can literally live a totally normal life, and then he's like, oh shit, let me send this stupid clip to him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna record this real quick. I'm gonna throw a fake tantrum at the fucking. How hard would that have been? You know, like
right.
Have her in on it fucking scam the shit out of your stupid friend and get this
Right.
baseball, keep your wife, everyone wins.
I personally feel like your spouse should be like, if you're gonna be pranking, that should be your number one supporter.
Yeah.
In the prank.
Yeah.
Like, okay, stop.
If they support it.
Yeah. Okay, stop fucking pranking. Okay, no.
Yeah.
Pranking, I say with air quotes,
Right.
your spouse.
Right.
There's a difference between like some dumb shit of like, oh, like fucking, I'm gonna throw some cheese on fucking Sam's face or some shit. Like, I don't know, fucking dumb.
Like you've done.
Yes. Like, there's a difference between like some dumb shit like that versus like this like this nonsense where
Yeah.
that is like something like between the two of you, like nobody even fucking sees, like half. If your pranks are just between the two of you and nobody else sees it, it's just you literally laughing at each other.
Right.
That's a normal, healthy,
That's
fucking joking
fine, yeah.
thing. But like if your prank is to literally make your spouse feel like shit for the amusement of your shitty work friend or whatever,
Or whoever.
And
or whomever,
uncomfortable.
or for anybody else, then fuck them. Yeah, like you don't make your fucking spouse the butt of a joke for a year. It's just for a year. What do you mean it's just for a year?
But the fact that she literally came at him and said, "We haven't had sex in 6 months because you keep up with this fucking baby talk only to amuse your friend." Bruh.
Bedroom right now. So right. Yikes.
And the fact that
I award them one yike.
Oh my
the
God.
fact that he's like, oh, we can pretend, like we can have sex and just pretend like whatever. Like, what do you mean, dude? Like, you realize, like, again, you can, this whole thing is fucking stupid to
This
begin
other
with.
person is not in our relationship. This
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
person is
This-
not in our
exactly.
relationship.
It's adding a third person into
Yeah.
the marriage, and it's very
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
And on top of that, it's just like, you can just fucking go about this, like, just, what do you mean pretend? Like, just fucking let her know what's going on and just turn this shit around. Like, oh my God, it's infuriating.
It'd be really funny if everyone involved knew the whole time. It could have been very funny, but now it's not funny.
Yeah. Well,
And now it's a point of contention, and she's mad.
I just once this is all said and done, she's left him and gotten her divorce and everything. I would love to be a fly on the wall when this dude has to explain to a new significant other why he got divorced.
Yes.
Yeah, my wife left me because I really wanted this baseball, so I talked like a baby for a year. And when she brought it up to me that she was kind of uncomfortable with the fact that I was throwing tantrums like a child in the supermarket and I was embarrassing her, I said it was worth it for this baseball. So anyway, you want to have sex?
I
Right.
just can't. This whole thing was like a whole roller coaster, and I couldn't wait to share it with you guys.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So, okay, to answer the simple question here,
it.
she's not the asshole.
No,
Very
she's
simple.
not the asshole.
No, not the asshole
my
at all.
God.
Like, oh God,
Now, I have a story that's kind of similar.
Oh,
Not
no.
really, but based off the title, it's similar.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for making my husband feel like less of a man? So that's why
it's very vague. So let
it's
her
very
rip.
vague. So it's let's see. For I don't know why I start this off. For I would like to say I love my husband and he is an excellent provider. I wouldn't call him high income, but we are comfortable and I don't have to work. He has an academic job. That being said, he is useless with anything hands-on.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
he said he was going to change the driving light in the car once. I'm assuming that's like maybe the dome light or maybe the headlights.
Yeah, one
I don't
of
know what
those,
we call
maybe,
the
yeah.
driving light, but
Yeah. Maybe the headlights.
maybe the headlights, yeah. He said he was going to change the driving light in the car once I didn't, excuse me, once I didn't come an hour, wow.
Did you read this beforehand?
I did, but like, it's one of the things it's one of those things you read in your head and you don't see, like, a lot of times they keep saying it's supposed to be "and," but they say "and."
Oh, okay.
So, like, it's like every time they say "and," it's
Yeah,
they
it's-
typed out "and."
I can see,
And so
yeah.
when I read it in my head, I just read through it real
Yeah.
fast. But like reading it out
Yeah.
loud, I'm catching these, like, and my brain's like, that's not incorrect grammar,
Yeah.
and like it won't let me
Yeah.
fucking spew it properly. Whatever. Anyway, where was I? Let me make this. Okay. Anyway, Like he said, he was going to change the driving light in the car once, and I didn't come home an hour later. I go to check, and he had the bumper off the car and was working on the side panel. That's where the lights are, right? In the side of the car. He had missed the 2 bolts that hold the headlamp in place. So, okay, it is the headlights. He was sad and cute at the same time.
Okay.
You ever just see someone fail so miserably? That's really what then you're going to upset them by saying how cute they are because they're frustrated, but you're like, oh, it's cute that you're a failure.
Oh my God.
This kind of leads. Wow, this is a mess. I apologize. This kind of leads to I take care of most of the repairs around the house, but I am 8 months pregnant and it's getting hard.
Oh God!
This week, our washer machine broke. I couldn't fit behind it to do anything because of my stomach. So I called my dad who came over and fixed it. This is the first time I had to do this since we got married. My husband got home from work and dad was just finishing the repair. My husband lost it, saying it was one thing for me to walk around like the man of the house, but to call my dad, I am telling everyone he can't take care of his wife. I think English isn't their first language, by the way, because of the way it's written.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. I tried to tell him that's not the case, and he wouldn't hear it and left. I couldn't follow because he took our only car, the one with the busted headlight that you tried to put
and the missing side panel.
And the missing side panel. And wouldn't answer his phone. Next call I got was from his mom telling me he is at her place breaking down because I am using him to pay for everything and nothing more. That instead of calling my dad, I should have walked him through how to fix this washer machine. Now he won't come home until I admit I am emasculating him and apologize for trying to be the man of the house. I am so torn. Am I the asshole for calling my dad? I mean, I could have walked him through the repair, but it would have taken longer and it would have cut into his free time.
Personally, I think everyone sucks here.
You think everyone sucks here?
I kind of think everyone sucks here.
Why is that?
It's okay. Not the asshole, but kind of everyone sucks here.
Okay.
So if you put yourself in charge of being the person that does the things, you need to know how to fucking do it. Right? So he elected himself for that. And he doesn't know. And he decided not to YouTube it, not to Google it. Like, that's an active choice you have to make.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can't learn or teach yourself in the year 2021 on Beyonce's internet. Like, you can fucking learn anything you want to.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is a very academia like personality trait. Like, I can't possibly be wrong. I'm not gonna pull over and ask for directions. So that personality trait annoys the shit out of me. And I get where she's coming from. Just, it's gonna be faster. Call my dad. He'll get it done in half an hour. I need to fucking wash my clothes.
Yeah.
You're annoying. But I probably what the husband said to his mom lines up to the mother's reaction, which is why I feel everyone sucks here, because he's probably not saying the whole story of how it got that way.
Oh, yeah.
If that makes sense.
So,
like, I don't actually think he's right, though.
There's definitely some ego involved with this, and he has a pretty fragile ego from the sound of it.
Yes.
Like I can understand, like, so I made the comment about, like, you know, like, oh, like calling someone sad and cute when they're frustrated with something, and I can understand to a degree. Like, I think, like, at the, like, there's like a fine line there, you know, like, you have to be able to read how frustrated the person is, because sometimes people can be frustrated at their own inability to do something. And in the moment, like, if you're like, oh, you know, like, it's so cute that you don't know what you're doing, it kind of can come off as, like, patronizing, and they're kind of like, they're frustrated, like, I want to do this, but I'm being my own worst enemy or whatever the fuck. And so, like, with that, I can understand, like, a little bit of, like, the frustration that he might have felt in that situation.
Right. Exactly. And pregnancy hormones, maybe she came off a little saltier than she meant to.
And who knows? But when it comes to, like, the fucking washer machine or whatever, it's like, okay, so who gives a shit? Like, your washer machine's broke. just get it fixed as fast as possible. If it's faster for your fucking for your dad to come over and fix it, especially because, I mean, I feel like she should have been like, listen, dude, like, I'm pregnant. You're at work. I wanted to do laundry while you're at work. I didn't want to wait for you to come home. Like,
and you know what? And you know what? I don't think it has anything to do with the actual washing machine part.
No,
it's
not the yogurt, Sam.
It's not the yogurt. It was literally the camel that, like, the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yes,
that's what it was. Yeah. So I've been in this before. And
exactly.
Like it's
the
fucking,
husband and the mother are probably like, let him learn, but it's like, we don't have time for that.
Yeah, it sucks because, like, wow, she could have done it, but, like, don't punish me
because
you don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
like, you can't you can't, like, you have like you said, you have every capability of looking this shit up on YouTube as well.
Yeah,
it's really not that hard to type in your car type and year and how do I change this headlight and watch the fucking YouTube video, this very specific tutorial on how to replace this headlight. That's not not hard. You don't have to have someone tell you to do that. But like, I also can see how, like, when you're doing something for the first time, you get fucking anxious, and that's probably what this guy was probably not raised very mechanical.
Yeah.
His parents probably didn't take him out back and, like, work on the car or work on the washing machine and do this shit.
Fine,
and that's
I respect that.
Yes.
But then don't put yourself in charge of these things. That's the shit that gets on my nerves.
Exactly.
Like, it's okay not to know, but stop, like, volunteering yourself as tribute.
Also, like, this is like
this whole man of the house thing gotta go.
It's gotta go.
It's gotta go. We all live here. We're all working on the house. We're all the fucking, like, adults of the house. Like, leave this be. I'm growing a human being. I don't have time for this shit.
I don't have time for this.
And, like, that's the whole thing too. Is like, just because you want to learn something doesn't mean everyone else wants to teach you.
Yes.
You know? And, like, I remember.
Yeah, like, that's very true.
Like, I remember, like, there would be like you mentioned, like, the growing up, like, you know, working out back in the car. I remember as a kid, like, watching my dad fix various things in the house. Whether it was like working on some shit, like, oh, he had to tear up the tile in the bathroom, or, like, do something on his car or whatever, right? Now there were set times where, like, being like the little boy and shit, like, I want to know what was going on. I want to see, you know? And there would be times he'd be willing to show me things. Other times he'd be like, I'm busy, I need to get this done.
Yeah.
You know? And that was up to him to do that. And that's like that. And as a kid, you're like, oh, that sucks. Like, but, like, as an adult, you realize he's fucking tearing up the tile. There's a time frame on this. He's working full-time job too. He's trying to fix the bathroom because there's mold in it.
The kitchen is flooding, AJ. We don't have time for this.
Exactly. Like, there's like
bucket.
I mean, literally with the bathroom thing, it's like we had, like, I remember at one point we had, like, black mold in the bathroom, so we had to redo the whole thing. Like, and it used to be like a linoleum floor. You know, we had to tear it up and do all this bullshit, right? But it's mold. There's a time frame on that. You can't have that in there. You got to get that shit done. And
everyone has to take a shower, so you got to come to do this max.
Exactly. So, like, this isn't the learning experience for you know, like, so just because you want to learn doesn't mean everybody is going to want to teach you at that time. Like, you know, he wants to learn. Okay, that's fine. But, like, he also sounds like the whole emasculated thing is fucking stupid, because, like,
it's stupid.
Where he loses me with the empathy for it all is when he says she's walking around like the man of the house. What do you fucking mean by that? She's walking around because she knows how to fucking fix things? It doesn't make her the man of the house. That just makes her more knowledgeable in this than you are.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's no fucking like emasculating. You are the one putting that on there. You're the one who's saying that's emasculating.
Oh yeah.
Like, you're the one.
Also, you're crying. You went crying to mommy, and then mommy called you.
Right.
If your mother has to call me to tell me that, like, you feel emasculated, then you probably
emasculated yourself.
You emasculated yourself. Like, that's you did this.
Yeah,
you put this whole stereotype onto you.
I always kind of wondered, like, nothing says a fucking manly man like going and crying to mom. Like, I'm like, come on. Ultimately, like,
be like, Mom, why didn't you teach your son how to do basic chores? How about that, Mom?
Yeah.
And like,
doesn't he know how to use a fucking wrench?
And like Sushie said, we live in the fucking era of the internet, dude. Like, you think I know how to fucking fish a washer machine? Of course I don't know how to fix a washing machine, but I would just fucking look it up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, just look it up. You'll figure it out.
Half the things that I've learned how to do, I've taught myself, and it's literally because of the internet.
yeah.
And the other half was literally because I'm mechanical anyway. I wanted to know. I took the shit apart and I put it back together. That's literally how you learn how to do things.
And honestly, like, it's okay. Like, half the time, like, there's things I've fixed that I've completely forgotten how to fix.
Yeah, true.
And I'll look it up every time I need to fix it.
Yeah,
very
You know,
true.
because you don't do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's not your job or
Yeah.
anything. So it's like, okay, well, I fixed the fridge or whatever. And then the next time something breaks,
wouldn't
like,
know how to- yeah.
I don't fucking remember how to do it, but like, I'll look it up again. Who fucking gives a shit?
Yeah.
And like, I'm not even necessarily angry that the life he led means he's not very handy. Like, whatever. I can't fault people for their life experiences, but why are you volunteering to be the guy when you don't know how to do anything?
And that's the
it's
thing.
annoying.
That's the thing too. Is like, okay, so they're comfortable. He has a nice job where they're comfortable, and she doesn't have to work. They're about to have a family and everything. That means that you have all these other amazing qualities. You're either you're a hard worker or you're fucking smart on these other things. Like that's something to be proud of. And if your wife is taking care of everything else, and like what's the problem here? Everybody's fucking happy. The only thing you're not happy about is because you're not doing what everybody else would consider you being the man of the relationship.
Right.
Who the fuck cares?
Right.
You're in this relationship with her.
It's literally just a fragile ego thing. And the fact that, and ultimately, again, like the very, very beginning, I can have a little bit of empathy for somebody who's frustrated with himself.
Yeah.
But I completely lose it when he says things like, "Oh, you know, you're just using me for my money and all that bullshit." Like, it escalated. It went from fucking 0 to 60, like so hard. And now
My
like,
money?
So
You couldn't get a repairman. What money?
yeah. So like, and that's just it. So that means, or he wouldn't, because that would emasculate him too. Because another man coming in. I mean, he's already fucking emasculated by a dad. So
Yikes,
you know he's not gonna.
Yeah.
God, how perfect would it have been though if he hired a repair company and they sent a woman. God, that would have been fucking gold.
Oh my god.
But like, you know, so for me, they rated this person as not the asshole. I say not the asshole for her. I don't think the person who wrote this is an asshole. Like,
I say actually not the asshole, but I can see how it's like everyone sucks here because I can see that personality type and him whining to his mom.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think he's kind of an asshole. Like, But I don't think the OP is the asshole.
Yeah,
so.
I'm gonna say not the asshole.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I lean towards that.
yeah, that was that's why I said it's kind of related to Sam because it's kind of like fucking husband being a baby again.
We're in a big old baby.
So Sushie,
Yeah.
you got any onion? Is it the sushi
Is
corner?
it the onion? Okay.
It's the sushi corner.
Sushi's onion corner or whatever.
Sushi's onion corner.
Yeah. Whatever we're calling it.
Because she's got so many layers.
Yeah.
So this is a game we're gonna play from time to time called Is It the Onion or Not? I don't remember what we named it.
I already forgot. I think
oh my god, the worst memory. But basically the gist is we have to guess if this headline is from the satire website called The Onion or if it's a real news article.
Okay.
That's the gist. We'll name it later.
Okay.
Maybe we'll make a sound effect.
On the I just, you guys probably heard that small little bite of the last episode. That was my fault. I opened up YouTube to look what I put it in the description. And the description, I labeled it, "Is this the onion?" I don't know if we'll keep going with that forever, but
we'll keep throwing names at the wall.
Until one of them sticks.
Listeners, what kind of name do you think we should have for this segment?
Name this segment in the comments on YouTube or tweet it at us.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to know. What should we
something
name
involving
this?
onions or stink or something. I don't know, like.
Or something.
Like
Please.
But the idea is it satire or is it real? That's really the thing.
I'm ready.
Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
Joe the pigeon spared by Australia after leg tag found to be fake. All right. Is this a real article
Okay.
or is it an Onion article?
So
I feel like I saw something related to Joe the pigeon, but it wasn't this. I don't even know what the fuck Joe the pigeon is.
okay, so I posted about Joe the pigeon in my Discord.
Did you?
Yes. Yeah. So,
So
but
you guys
it
know by
wasn't.
default.
But it wasn't this headline.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
okay.
That's why I don't.
Oh, so it's a different Joe the Pigeon.
So I'm still gonna say it's real and hope for the best.
So
Maybe it's a different story.
That's what I was saying. I saw like on my Twitter recommendations, I saw something regarding Joe the Pigeon, but
Okay.
it wasn't this headline. It was something
Okay.
different. So that's why.
So you
because
tell-
a lot of times Onion will take a real world scenario
That's
and
true.
they'll still throw it in. So I'm gonna say it's an Onion article.
Okay.
Okay. It is a real article. And it is about a pigeon that was on death row.
Yes. Yeah.
What?
So
Hold on, let me post it so you guys can
so the
it's a
article.
BBC article.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's this? Is there a synopsis, a sum up of it? Or?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, here we go. So that's the article if you guys want to look at it while I read it. Okay. A pigeon that was to be put down by authorities in Australia after reportedly crossing the Pacific Ocean has been saved after officials found he was quote unquote highly likely to be a local bird. Joe the Pigeon made headlines around the world after he was found in a garden in Melbourne wearing what appeared to be a U.S. identification. The bird was to be killed for breaching Australia's quarantine rules, but he was granted a reprieve amid doubts about the origin of his leg tag. Following an investigation, the department has concluded that Joe the Pigeon is highly likely to be Australian and does not present a biosecurity risk. Australia's Department of Agriculture, Water and Environment announced on Friday. The department is satisfied that the bird's leg band is a fraudulent copy of a legitimate leg band, the statement said, adding that no further action would be taken against the bird. So, like, what?
So
There's a more, but like,
So
I don't know.
when
that's
I
the gist.
first, I posted this in the Discord, and the article that I posted was literally bird that race pigeon that flew from Oregon to Australia to be put down by Australia because they were worried that if it is from the States, they need to worry about bird disease, so they need
And
to
the
kill
Rona,
it.
probably.
And the Rona. So they need to kill it because they need to make sure that it doesn't like hurt, anything in Australia, right? So the story that they got was that the leg band had last been seen during some type of I didn't even know this was a fucking thing. I didn't know you could race birds, but this was like a race pigeon in Oregon. And the story that they had concocted was that it was possible that he had like gotten onto a cargo ship and just like stayed on the ship and until it got to Australia, and then now he's just in Australia somewhere
Chilling.
just chilling.
How many people are like tagging birds? Who's out there like lassoing birds? Like, let me fucking tag you.
I know that like tagging birds and pigeons is a huge thing, and like scientists do it so that they can keep track of like the migrations or like where they're going and stuff like that. But like, how do you just who faked it? What was the purpose of faking it?
What was the reason?
I just went down a rabbit hole because I was gonna like try to do the math real quick of like, okay, can we just how absolutely ridiculous is it that people think that a small bird flew from here?
That's why they thought. Yeah, that's why they thought he got on the cargo ship.
Yeah, because otherwise it's like
A pigeon's not gonna make it over the
fucking
ocean.
yeah. But then I did find something very interesting because and I don't know how accurate this is because I was trying to find like how fast do pigeons fly, and when you Google that, fuck is it? That just says 93 miles an hour. That does not seem right to me at all.
Right, like how did you get to the other side of the world? Like how?
Yeah, so the only way they'd be able to do it would be like a cargo ship just hanging out on it for a while. Like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I thought it might be an Onion article purely based on the fact that the one I saw was different.
It's
and
so
also
absurd, right?
It's very absurd. Like, it's very absurd. So
Good grief.
Yeah.
let us know what you guys think of Sushi's Onion Corner.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like
whatever
that.
we want to name it. And now I'm gonna have to actually open up the onion and really like debate you, but
Yeah, really throw something to the wall for us here.
yeah, I gotta shake it up every once in a while.
So who wants to start us off with who's got a good ender for relationships?
Oh God, I don't know.
Oh God, I'm stressed.
Mine is probably a middle one.
Yeah?
I would say. I think mine's like a good in the middle. Yeah.
Oh God, mine's like middle worthy too.
Oh God. Okay. What's yours, Sushi?
I have two. But what I decide I'm not going to read anymore because, like, I just think it's not the energy I want to put out today. So I'm just going to read a different one.
Okay.
Okay. So I can start if you guys want.
Yeah,
It's
that's fine.
Okay. How do we exclude our friends from our accommodation when we move interstate for college?
Oh.
And I'll save the TLDR for later. Recently, a few friends of mine, this is not written properly, a few friends of mine and I finished our senior year, I guess, of high school.
Okay.
And all of us are looking to moving interstate for college. If that's your grammar, I don't know how you got into college, but whatever. We, 6 of us, initially discussed it and came up with the idea to all live in a shared house and split housework, rent, transportation for convenience sake. However, through several private discussions we have had in smaller groups, we have come to a common conclusion that we really don't want to live with X and Y. I guess these are 2 other people in the group of 6. This is because a few years ago, when we had a school trip to NYC, did they meet the naked cowboy? It's the naked cowboy.
Oh no.
I don't know if I told the naked cowboy on this.
I don't remember. I know we talked about a lot about it, yeah.
We have negative experiences with X and Y. They have shown that they are really reluctant to do any chores or clean up after themselves. Furthermore, X and Y, while friends, are both really ill-tempered and constantly fight over the smallest things. It gets very heated, and the 4 of us would rather not deal with this on a daily basis. As they have shown to be both irritable and irresponsible, we have been discussing getting a 4-person home without X and Y. The only problem is that the 4 of us have agreed that we would like to stay friends with X and Y. However, we definitely do not want to spend the next few years living with them. What is the best way to let them know without hurting their feelings, as they have been very excited at the possibility of us all living together? The big problem being that we would like to stay friends with X and Y, as they are good people at heart to be around, and we enjoy their company and friendship, and we feel that letting them know would jeopardize our entire friendship and make them feel as if we betrayed them. TLDR, my friends and I, 6 of us, are moving interstate for college. We wanted to live as 6 of us, but 4 of us have decided we don't want to live with the other 2 as they're irresponsible. How do we break it to them?
Ooh. So first of all, kudos for realizing that beforehand that this is not going to work. Kudos for that, because like I know a lot of people get into these like, oh, we're all friends, this is going to work. But then you live with people and then you realize quickly that it's better that we don't live with people. It's better if we're just friends. Like,
yeah, there's definitely a...
You shouldn't live with all of your friends.
Yes.
No, yeah, there's... both words work here.
Yeah.
There's definitely an awakening that you have the moment you live with somebody for the first time, or you're one of your friends for the first time, and you realize, fuck, like we were raised completely differently. Like, and it's all the fucking small things that build up that are going to get to you first before anything else. But shit, I mean,
well, this is my personal advice, and it's just because I'm an old, cantankerous lady. First of all, they're not going to live together for all 4 years of college, point blank period.
True.
None of them are.
True.
I would be surprised if they all make it through the first semester.
True.
Because chances are one of them is going to quit college.
Yep.
In the first semester. And then maybe another one. Another person will probably change colleges and not be near, right? To really say that you're going to live 4 years together, highly unlikely.
In 4 years, somebody will want to move in with their significant other.
I was going to say that same thing.
Significant other. They're probably not all going to be friends with to begin with. I don't think I'm friends with anyone from high school still.
They're all going to meet new people too, and have different friend groups.
You're going to have different majors. You're going to want to have a shorter commute. Maybe you'll want to stay in a dorm for simplicity's sake. Like, there's that, right? We're just pull the Band-Aid off. Life is what it is, and it comes at you fast. And then I think the best advice for this particular situation is to just be honest and say, I think 6 people is a bit much for one house, which it is. What is this, a frat house? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Home for wayward kids?
Yeah. Who the fuck rents
imagine-
out to 6 people?
Right. Like, where are you living? Is that 1 bathroom? Even if it's 2 bathroom, no.
That's too
fucking
much.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's, oh my God, that sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
6 people is just too much. They just have to rip the Band-Aid off and be like, listen, I just feel like you're gonna like argue about little things and leave dirty plates under your bed and et cetera, and you just have to be honest about that situation.
Yeah, no,
That's my advice.
I really do think like it's hard to come about it from the sense of, oh man, like I don't want to ruin this friendship by being honest with them, but you're kind of in that situation where if you don't be honest with them, you're gonna ruin that friendship the moment you move in with them anyway.
And you're gonna ruin your sanity.
You're gonna ruin your fucking sanity. So I think your best bet is just be honest. Like, listen, we live totally different ways, totally different styles. Like
it's not personal, but
yeah, this is not personal, but we can't do this.
Yeah. Honestly, I would just go into it like this. Look, 6 people living in the same house is not
just
going to
too
work.
much.
It's just too much.
It's just too much.
It's just too much. Like, we can't be doing this. And if you got to have, like, backup, just be like, nobody wants to rent to 6 fucking 18-year-olds.
Yeah, for fucking
No
real.
one wants to rent
Nobody
to
wants
6.
to rent to an 18-year-old anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like imagine the place that is gonna rent to 6 18-year-olds. It's gonna be a freaking tenement house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's gonna be
It's too
straight
much.
slum.
Yeah.
Yikes. No, thank you. I'm a princess.
I've seen your suitcases, so I can't imagine. I can't imagine
my
like
multiple suitcases.
I can't imagine your actual home bathroom.
Sushi,
Like,
Sushi rolled up with a suitcase that just had her ring light in it.
Yeah, I did. I sure did because I came prepared. So
So yeah, I can't imagine what your actual like the space that you need for a bathroom. I can't.
right.
Not even gonna try to imagine.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the
I
thing
know.
is, there's nothing wrong with any of that.
Okay,
at all.
right.
But like these people
But
don't realize like
It's not for everyone.
yeah. Well, that's it. These people don't realize like you don't even realize when you first live on your own too. You don't even realize the space that you need because you've never lived on your own.
yes.
You've always
yes.
been
Mom
contained.
takes care of everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
you've been contained to one
Yep.
room, so you don't know the space that
Yeah.
you actually need. You haven't discovered that yet. You might be one of those people who goes, I need a whole fucking bathroom to myself.
You know-
and that's fine. But you might not even know that yourself.
Yeah.
And the moment you're fucking sharing a bathroom with people, it's going to drive you crazy because they're fucking
Yeah.
being a slob or whatever. And it's like,
Yeah.
Something as small as like when I was growing up, I would, watch TV and stuff. I would look at these bathrooms with 2 sinks and be like, who the fuck needs that? Then you get in a relationship, you move in with somebody and you're like, oh my God, I
you're
wish
like,
I had another fucking sink. Like, it's
We'll
stupid.
never live without 2 sinks ever again. You know? Like, yeah.
Like it's hard enough to live with one other person and have one bathroom. Like it is. It really
is.
fucking is.
Let's not
It is.
let's not
It
go
is.
into the fact that, or let's go into the fact, yes. Think about all the simple shit too, right? So you go, okay, you have 6 people. You were burning through fucking toilet paper, especially if there's women.
Yeah.
Like you were burning through fucking toilet paper.
You're
But then
right.
keep in mind the fact that like you got 6 fucking people. With 2 people, you know how often have to do fucking dishes because of just going through dishes and running out of cups and
Right.
plates? That's just 2 people.
Imagine that fridge.
Now multiply that by 3. Yeah.
Have enough room in the fridge for 6 people. You're
Yeah,
not.
all you don't have enough utensil space.
That's just
for
too
6
much.
people. You don't
That's
have
too
enough
many people.
all that shit. You don't have enough room for all your towels.
Life is not a Friends episode.
Exactly.
It's really not.
It's
and
not.
you know what? They lived in 2 different apartments.
And they lived in 2 different apartments. And they still had
So-
issues.
Yeah, and they still quarreled.
Yeah.
Imagine being in college and trying to get ready for class and fighting 6 people for the shower.
Yeah, that's too much.
They had 3 different apartments. Ross had his own place across the street.
Oh, right.
So-
I'm
And
sorry.
also
He lived
Fee
in
didn't
an
live
ugly-
there
That was
either.
for my
Yeah.
demographic. So.
He lived in Ugly Naked Man's apartment after he died. So
yeah, I forgot.
God, you call yourself the ultimate Friends fans.
I don't. I certainly do not.
Fuck
I do
off,
not call
AJ.
myself a Friends fan
Fuck off, AJ.
because I'm actually from New York. We don't watch that show.
You don't watch white people.
I don't watch a group of white people that live in New York City and have no brown friends. It makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense. But okay.
So
We need to do a whole episode about Friends.
No, we
and
don't.
How
I'd
fucked up
love
that show is.
I would have loved to. We could make
We need
non
to do a
sequitur
deep dive
episodes. I'm down for that.
on how fucked up Friends is.
Yeah. You're telling me someone lives in Manhattan in that big ass apartment and they work at a coffee shop? Bitch, where?
right?
Bitch, where? Oh my God.
So just vaguely looking over AJ's, I feel like AJ's is a good ender.
Okay.
As kind of fucked up as mine is, I feel like AJ's is way worse.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. So
What are you looking at my story for? What are you looking at my
It's
story?
right there.
oh, you're so annoying. Okay. Here we go. My 26 male mother-in-law, 42 female, wants me to be her sperm donor so she can try to have another child. My wife, 23 female, is on her side and is supporting her. What in the world do I do?
No.
Ooh.
No. I'm not going to be my fucking father to my brother-in-law.
What?
That's what that would
Wait,
be.
hold on. My brain is spinning. It's spinning. It's what?
I haven't even gotten
That's
there
what
yet.
that would be.
I haven't even gotten.
My doula disconnected. Hold on.
Haven't even gotten in the story. Maybe this was the ender.
This might have been the ender.
Yeah, you would be father to your brother-in-law,
Yeah.
your
gonna
half brother-in-law.
What?
All right. Well,
In the Kentucky? What?
Your wife's half sibling would be your child.
I'm gonna. Wow. My
Okay.
Oh my God.
What in
Yeah,
the Game
you'd
of
be- yeah.
Thrones?
Like literally, it would be like your wife is like, oh, here's my new little baby brother. I know he's my brother-in-law, but I'm also his dad. Like what? You know,
Okay, so
The family reunion would be interesting.
oh god, okay. So I feel like this has to be one of the weirdest posts here. I'm not on Reddit that much, but I feel like my current situation required me to, as it is pretty weird to me. I've been married to my wife for 3 years now. Great relationship, great marriage, no real issues. I've had some problems with her mother-in-law. I'm assuming he means his mother-in-law, but really only the normal ones that happen in any marriage. Her mother had my wife when she was fairly young, so she's in her early 40s now. She has 2 other children besides my wife. They are both younger. For some reason, she has caught baby fever again. I believe it is because my wife and I had our first child a year ago. She loves it and always wants to take care of him. We are both great with that obviously, as it lets us rest. Now, I've been a sperm donor multiple times. I figured out that I had a very high sperm count and I am a healthy guy, so I'm always able to give some. This face that Sushi's making.
I'm so upset.
It seems that this was somehow relayed to my mother-in-law by my wife in their conversations. Lately, I started to notice the mom talking about how she wants another kid and how she's thinking about it. She said that after speaking with a doctor, she does still have time to have another if she begins the process within the next year. After that, she began seeking sperm donors. She is divorced, so she's not able to have another kid the natural way. The other week, my wife told me that her mother wanted to speak to me. She said that she insisted it was just me and her. I met mother-in-law at dinner that night. She seemed anxious and nervous. She wasn't speaking much. Finally, she began to talk about how much she loves our child and how wonderful he turned out to be. I agreed and thanked her. She then told me about how she's wanting another kid and has been trying to find the appropriate sperm donor. This scared me as I knew where it sounded like it was going. She then brought up how I am a frequent donor and that it's obvious that I have good genes. After that, she popped the question. She came out and asked if I'd be the donor. I was silent as I didn't know what to say. She could tell I was weirded out, so she tried to explain her thoughts. She said that it's because I have good genes, our child turned out great, I have a high sperm count, so increases the chances. She said I could have as much of a presence in the child's life as I wanted. She promised that we would get legal advice so I wouldn't have to be financially involved and wouldn't have to worry about that. I could see I could see it a lot or none at all. She said that she had talked to my wife about it first and already had her permission. I was so weirded out at this point. I didn't know what to say. I just told her I'd think about it. I didn't really mean that, though. I just did not know how to say no, and I was panicking.
Can I just say that also this person has a son. They already have a son. They're working on their own baby, right? Now, if he goes through with this or went through with this or whatever, that baby would be his son's uncle and half brother.
Yes. Correct.
I want to die.
So I went back home and was ready to talk to my wife about it. She was excited, and it seemed like she assumed that I was going to say yes. She asked me how it went, and I told her I was extremely weirded out. The smile on her face went away quickly. She said, "Wait, what do you mean?" I explained why I was so weirded out by the scenario. She started to get upset and told me I was being ridiculous. She pointed out how it was selfish, how I can give my sperm out to strangers, but not to her mother, who we know and love and that desperately needs it. She doesn't desperately need it. She's 40 years old.
She does not.
I don't want my sperm in your mom, Sharon.
Yeah.
Like,
That's point blank period. Cleared.
I don't.
It's not a lot to ask, really.
Like,
It's not that absurd of a request. I don't want to impregnate your
a scenario
mother.
where a woman's like, "Please come in my mom"? When is that ever a thing? When is a woman ever like, "What do you mean you don't want to come in my mom? I don't like it."
This is a really weird bukkake party, and I don't like it here.
I really wish we could name it. What do you mean you won't come in my mom? But I know that the animals, we would never get anywhere with that as the podcast.
I know. We're going to be kicked off the internet.
Okay.
What do you mean you won't come in my mom?
I told my wife I just couldn't do it. It was too weird and scary to me. She started crying and went away to call her mom.
Why is she crying? It doesn't involve her.
Because she's 23. Since then, my wife has been very quiet around me, and her mom hasn't contacted me at all. I'm really not sure what I need to do now. I've never thought about getting divorced or leaving my wife. There has been no signs that have pointed to anything like this happening. I'm really at a loss at how her mother actually asked me to do that, and that my wife not siding with me on this. What should I do? I am so confused.
Honestly, I would bet anything the mom wants to fuck the son-in-law. I would.
Yeah, you
bet
know the
money.
mom's like, "Man,
I
we
would
can do it
bet
the
$100
old-fashioned
on
way."
it.
I don't know why I gave her like this woman smoker
Yeah,
voice.
you have great genes, Greg.
You got good-looking jeans, Greg. They did that like lip smacky
So I
thing.
hate this story and I want to run away.
So someone asked, how does she want to get the sperm is the real question. I should have specified this, I guess. But from my understanding, she is supposed to get me a cup or whatever, and then I give it to her. She wasn't going to go about it in the real medical way.
Run.
She was literally going to turkey baste herself.
No.
This should have been
no,
the ender.
no.
This is way better
Hell
than mine.
to the na.
Oh yeah.
I'm very.
She
I haven't been this
wants
uncomfortable
him
in
to
a long
give
time.
her a cup. She wants her to give him a. She wants a cup of his.
What do
jizz.
you mean you won't give my mom a red Solo cup of your
Why? The more important question here is, why the fuck does your wife want you to father her brother so fucking badly?
Yeah.
I don't
her sibling.
I don't
What is
understand these.
Like,
I don't
he's just getting
understand
passed around.
Yeah, like I don't get these people who are like, "Hey, like, okay, this is the stupid. Why did the wife cry about this? Who gives
Yeah.
a fuck? Your mom is 40 years old and already has 2 kids in their 20s. She's done.
Yeah.
Stop having kids. You don't need any more.
She's got 3 kids.
Yeah.
She's done. She's done, son. She
You
don't
did
need
it.
no more.
You had kids.
You
Pack it
got
up.
baby fever. Great. Spend time with your grandchild.
Yeah. Or whatever. You really, really have baby fever. You really want to pump one last one out that's 20 years younger than the rest
Please
of your
don't do
siblings.
this to
as
your
if
children.
That's not weird enough.
Please don't do this
Adopt
to
a
your
kid.
children.
Yeah.
Adopt one. Or go to a sperm bank on your own.
Right?
Like,
But also,
oh,
I wonder
my
like,
God.
I don't know how the severity of how how strict sperm banks are, but if I was him, if my shit was in a sperm bank, I'd be contacting them and be like, "Don't ever give it to this fucking person." You know, like,
Right.
Can you do that? I don't know.
So I don't know. I don't know about all that, but I do know that one Redditor brought up the fact that one, he needs to if he, for whatever reason goes through with it, needs to get concrete legal advice, because they were saying that when you donate through a sperm bank, right, they have all this paperwork, and it basically says, look, you know, this person cannot come back at you and ask for child support. This person can't come for you and ask for anything, right? But if you don't involve the sperm bank, you don't involve anybody medical, even if y'all have a contract that says, like, okay, I'm signing away all my rights.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I don't
matter.
want this. A judge can literally override that.
Oh.
A judge can literally override it and be like, nope, you got to pay child support. And
But also, as this woman who's 40 years old, do you want to be 58 at your kid's high school graduation?
no, nope.
You know, this actually,
You know?
this does remind me of it's a very small little side thing, but there's a very interesting story if you guys ever want to look it up about the man in Michigan who basically is the sole reason as to why there are so many, like, there's so much like research done with sperm donors and like sperm banks and everything, because in the 70s, this dude used to go to sperm banks all the time to make money because he just needed to make money, but they didn't regulate how often one person could do it. And they found out this guy basically fathered like an entire like generation of kids in this like one small town. And unfortunately, he didn't realize that's how
all
it worked.
half siblings?
Now they're all fucking siblings. So like, there's like, when they were like that, like this is the 70s. So like when they were going to high school together, there was no way of knowing if they were dating their fucking brothers or sisters or not. There's no way of tracking it, because back then that shit wasn't tracked as well as it is.
Yeah.
And it's literally because of this one guy, he literally came to the realization himself and was like, oh fuck. And like, he's the one that made sperm companies and sperm banks like have to track that shit better.
Imagine your whole graduating class is just all your brothers and sisters.
That's the thing, is that's basically what happened in Michigan. Like, it's like a small town, and it's just like, it's a really fascinating story. It's kind of like, it's just a weird little like thing. But
Listeners, always leave your hometown.
yeah.
Yeah. Leave your hometown.
Always leave your
man.
hometown.
I do find it a little weird, like the whole like sperm donor thing, because then you do have that whole like, okay, he's got kids out there that aren't his kids. Like, what are the odds like they meet his actual kid? Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
There's that's a whole other thing. But like, this is just too fucking weird. And if the wife is not backing him up on this,
It's questionable at
it's
best.
very questionable. This is too weird.
So one of the things that Reddit brought up was, they were like, you need to ask her if she's ever, if her and her mother have ever shared sexual partners, because this is what it sounds like. Even if like the mother isn't like directly asking him to fuck her, like it's still way too close to share.
That's what I'm saying. I would bet $100 that mother has had sexual thoughts about that man.
Also,
I promise you.
be like I would ask her, like, okay, do you want my dad to come in you? Because that's what this is. That's the you know, like, do you want to fuck my dad? Because that's what you're putting on the table for me right now, and it's really fucking uncomfortable. Like,
it's really uncomfortable.
How do you not get that that's uncomfortable? And realistically, fuck this wife and this mom, because they should both just be okay with him saying no to this. It doesn't matter how close you are.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter.
He's uncomfortable. Drop it. Drop it immediately. Don't badger this situation. If he was into it, still weird to me, but it's not the life I lead. Do what you want. I don't care what you do. It's
as a donor for anything.
Be weird.
You have the rights to say, you know what, I don't want to do this. I don't give a fuck if you're like, oh, you've done it for other people. Yeah, okay, you know what? That was 10 years ago or whatever the fuck. Who knows? You know, like, but I don't want to do it now. Accept that. Like, it's shit.
Right. Like, it's not unreasonable to say that I don't want to be the uncle to my son.
Yeah, the brother to my son. Yeah, my son. Your son would be my son's uncle brother.
Right.
That's too much.
You don't draw the line at that. It's too complicated. So
I was trying desperately to find it. I can't find it now. But people were asking him, like, you know, all these things, like, why is, you know, they were basically going through what we're saying, like, this is the roadmap, like, your son would be this and this and this, and he was like, oh man, realize that. Like, that was him replying, oh, I just realized that. Yeah, that is the weird part. And they were like, what were you uncomfortable with then? And he was like, oh, just the fact that it would be my mother-in-law. That was I mean, yes, he has every right for that to be the uncomfortable part, but the fact that he didn't even think about the fact that, like, his wife will be his kid's, like, sister is just fucking, ma'am, sir, please.
Ma'am, sir.
And then that kid grows up going, who's my dad? I mean,
why do I look so much like
a child? Like, when you're in school, like, oh, is that your grandma or your mom?
So
because we're already at that point, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's my mom. And who's that? It's my uncle dad.
My uncle dad.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like,
my brother dad.
My brother dad.
My brother dad.
Yeah. It's just too fucking much. It's too, yeah.
Well,
I hate it.
there you go. Maybe
Let's wash this out here. Since that was a perfect ender, but we'll see if mine can hold up to that. So mine is, friend trapped my fiance of 2 years without my knowledge. So that's the title. The fiance is 33 male, the friend is 28 female, and the OP is 31 female.
Okay. So,
I've never posted online asking for advice about dating before, but this is how lost and freaked out I am. So lately, my fiance has been a little distant, and I bring it up to him, and he just gets angry out of nowhere, saying I was just accusing him of something. Big red flag. When all I told him was that it felt different between us, and I didn't like it. Pretty much, we've been together for 2 years. We don't live together, but we would always see or at least talk to each other every single day throughout the day until recently. I was trying to openly communicate my feelings, which is why I was confused by his outburst. I had confided in my friend about it 2 weeks ago. A couple of days ago, my fiance comes to me and playfully asked if I made a fake profile. I have no problem with him talking to people as long as there's no cheating, of course. It's a weird way. I have no problem with you talking to people. Just don't cheat. That's a really weird way to state that.
You had to, like, specify that. Don't cheat on me.
Yeah. But I have no problem with you talking to people.
Just don't cheat.
He was joking about it and he always jokes with me, so I thought nothing seriously of it. People will flirt with your partner. That's just the fact of life, and I don't see the point of getting upset about it unless it leads to something else. Anyway, so yesterday, my friend sends me a few screenshots of a conversation she had with my fiance while she was pretending to be another girl.
Uh-oh.
The conversation was mostly platonic, except for when she said she was thick in all the right places. Just a normal thing out there.
Just casual, normal things to say.
I filed my taxes today, but it's okay. I'm thick in all the right places.
Right.
Going H&R Block later. That's really good. Okay. So he responded and said that's really good to know. Who responds that way? Like, I'm thick in all the right places. That's really good to know.
That's good to know.
He said that she looked really good a few times and asked, wait, so she must have been using fake pictures then too, I guess.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It said she was pretending to be another girl, so she probably used a
fake. Yeah. He said that she looked really good a few times, and he asked her he said that she looked really good a few times, and he asked her how she thought he looked. Okay, so he asked her how he looked. Got it. He asked her what her boundaries were because he didn't want to cross any lines with how he talked to her. He also said he hopes she finds a good man to be there for her and her kids. She pretended to have kids. He never brought me up even once when she asked what he did for New Year's, and he said nothing, even though he was with me. He tells me all the time how much he loves me and how he talks about me to everyone, but he didn't say a single thing about me. Then she said, I assume you're single. When was your last relationship? And all he said was, concerning the relationship, it's complicated. I absolutely hate the term, it's complicated, firstly, which I can agree with. I think that's a really weird, thing.
Like, what's so complicated about it?
Yeah, you're either in a relationship or anyway. Second, I'm pissed at my friend for doing this behind my back, no less. She said she was trying to help, and see if he was faithful. But trapping someone like this doesn't prove anything, really. There are so many possible variables, and people are all just regularly messed up human beings. Maybe he flirts with girls and it doesn't go any further than that. Maybe this is just a one-time thing because he's going through some insecurities. He is insecure about himself, in parentheses. It doesn't mean he will go out and cheat or have an affair, but now I'm all messed up in my head because I saw screenshots and I'm not in his head. I shouldn't have even read it all. I should have stopped, but I hate myself for doing such a disservice to myself. I can't get over him saying it's complicated because that means things different to different people. But to me, it means the relationship is rocky and that they're not as happy as they want or as they were, and I don't want to lose him. I can't tell him either because I'm afraid he will think I'm lying and that it was me since he asked if I made a fake profile.
Oh, yeah.
I did send him a message pretty much expressing how much I love him, and I sent him a message pretty much expressing how much I love him and the part I played in 2 big fights we just had last month. But all he said was that we were all good and that I shouldn't be in my head and that he's extremely happy with me and wants to be with me forever. I'm so confused, and now I have this secret and those stupid damn screenshots keep popping up in my head. Plus, now I can't see my friend the same way and I'm never confiding in her again. I don't know if I should just try to forget about it or what. TLDR, my fiance was trapped by my friend without my knowledge who was trying to see if he would cheat on me and said our relationship is complicated even though he tells me everything is fine between us. What do I do? So, first off, your friend is toxic.
Yeah, your friend's trash.
Your friend that is not a friend. That's a shit stirrer. That's a piece of shit. Get them out of your life. They don't deserve to be in your life. You don't fucking butt into other people's relationships like this. You just fucking don't do it. This is a big fucking stupid messy thing that she caused.
Yeah, right.
For no reason other than to just see what would happen. But like, honestly, I don't see the problem in just fucking bringing this up and be like, hey, I think what she should do is be like, hey, I found out because my friend brought up to me that my friend messaged you with a fake fucking profile. I found this out. I'm uncomfortable with it. I've already cut her off. I don't agree with what she did, but it has brought some questions to light that I want some answers on, and then just have a conversation from there. I think that's the only real way you can go about it. Like, I don't know why she's scared about like him accusing her of lying because she has the proof. The friend said this, and secondly, he should just believe her anyway because it's the fucking friend who did it. So,
right.
I mean, yeah, she does have the texts or whatever, the screenshots of her friend saying, "Look, I did this." So literally,
so there should be no
red-handed, like it's there.
Yeah, there should be no issue of just bringing it up and be like, listen, this friend is toxic. I don't agree with what she did, but because she already fucking did this now, I have questions because you said it was complicated, and I want to know why you think it's complicated. Like you can't tell me everything's fine and then tell this mystery girl it's complicated. Secondly, maybe don't flirt with strangers.
Yeah, maybe if it's not asking for too much.
That's a whole thing too. Like, so when she says profile, I'm assuming that he was like on a dating app, but he was, I'm just looking for friends.
I don't know. I
don't know.
Because like,
maybe
it's just so strange to me. Like,
I'm a big believer in if you are in a fucking relationship and it's a healthy relationship, you don't need to have a fucking dating app. You don't need to have I'll find a friend app or whatever.
I don't need to set up a profile and talk to people.
Yeah, like you don't need that. Like I'm not saying people don't need friends, but you don't need to go. You need to go that far out of your way to make a fucking friend. Like, first of all, nobody's ever using this shit
just for friends. No,
they're just fucking not. No. Like,
that's the excuse. So like, it says looking for friends. Yeah. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but like,
sure.
So that's a whole thing there.
But also the fact that you confided in this other person and then this person took it into their own hands to do this too. Like, I really do hope that she just fucking nixes that friendship because that's too fucking much.
Yeah, no, it really is.
You don't unless it is detrimental to their fucking like being, like you don't fucking put your hands in someone else's relationship like that.
Yeah.
Right. You don't take matters into your own hands like that.
Yeah. I agree.
I will say I think this OP is a little misguided in some of her thoughts in the sense of like, and this is just for me speaking, and I just mean like with the fact like she's like, oh, you know, like people are. I feel like she's making excuses for the guys. What I mean,
a little, yeah.
She's kind of like, oh, you know, people are fucked up. You know, if they flirt with other people, it's whatever. As long as it doesn't go too far.
You know what
they shouldn't
those
be
are?
flirting with other fucking people.
You know what those are? Those are excuses because she's been through this before.
Yeah, like she shouldn't. She doesn't need to make excuses for this guy. He shouldn't be flirting with other people, whether it goes anywhere or not. He shouldn't be flirting with other people, and she's kind of making excuses for. Yeah, like you said, like it's probably she's gone. She's been cheated on in the past, and now she's like rationalizing in her head or whatever the fuck. It's like, no, you're allowed to have a hard cutoff of, hey, don't flirt with other people. Don't fucking do it.
Right.
Like, you're with me.
It's inappropriate.
What a fucking novel concept, you know? Like,
Yeah.
This guy, I mean, this whole relationship sounds flaky. The friendship, you know, I think if anybody could take anything from this fucking podcast, especially from the three of us, don't be afraid to cut off fucking friendships.
Yeah.
They're not fucking worth it if they're toxic like this.
No,
like,
it's not.
You know, everybody wants to, like, there's a difference in like calling your friends out on some shit. Like, you should be able to call your friends out if they hurt you or they offend you or whatever. You guys should be able to call your friends out and have a conversation about it, and that be that. And then you move on.
Sure.
And okay, I came to an understanding. I didn't realize that I hurt your feelings, or I didn't realize that bothered you as much as you did. I'm sorry that happened. That should be a normal thing you should be able to do. But at the same time, you also have every fucking right to be like, you know what? I'm washing my hands of this. I'm walking away from this.
Right.
Because,
like, this is my boundary and you keep crossing it, and that's that. And also, like, it takes life experience, but the same type of personalities occur over and over and over again. So I've gained the ability to see a red flag and know that it's probably not fixable. And you just have to let it go.
I mean, this was one of the comments here that I was scrolling through is someone said, you've already made all his excuses for him, so I'm not sure what you expect us to tell you. That it's fine and he's a stand-up guy because the big bad woman tricked him. Dude barely needed any prompting to essentially disavow his relationship with the woman he plans to marry. And your big problem is that your friend had the audacity to tip you off instead of you finding out on your own 10 years and 2 kids from now. And the thing is, like, I still can't, like her friend overstepping that boundary is still a problem. It is still 100% a problem. But also him not shutting down any of that shit. And why the fuck are you on this, dude? Like, we've been dating for 2 years. We're literally planning to get married. Why are you on these? Why are you on these profiles trying to talk to people?
And that's the thing. Whether the friend is trying to do a good thing or not, I would, like, personally, I would still be done with the friend. Even if the friend came to me and was like, hey, just so you know, I did this whole thing. He actually shut it down right away. Even if that was the response and he shut it down, hey, thanks for the info, but we're not friends anymore. Because
like, why are you doing that?
You literally went above and beyond where you didn't need to go.
Yeah.
And that's why I say, like, this is one of those things, like, like this dude is a piece of shit because he shouldn't have done this to begin with. The friend shouldn't have done it, but she already opened that can of worms, so now you're dealing with this too. Yeah. So, like, don't make excuses for your boyfriend.
Also, what are the screenshots she's not showing?
Yeah, exactly.
What are the screenshots she's not showing? Good point. Maybe the reason why he's acting weird is because she did other things. She said other stuff. Yeah. Because what was it that he was going, did you make a fake profile? What was that little tip off? Maybe something slipped and she didn't fucking. Now it's even worse. Now the situation's even worse.
Why do you need a fake profile?
Yeah. So
if you're really looking for a friendship, you don't need to make a fake profile.
She literally she stirred the fuck out of this.
Yeah. So I think the best advice to be given here is, one, you need to have a long, hard talk with the boyfriend. I don't think it's. I mean, again, when it comes to relationship shit, especially with cheating shit, I'm very just fucking cut and run with that. Like, if there's some shit,
there's no excuse. Like, there literally is no excuse.
Because the problem is he already did it. It's already done.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's already done.
And she's honestly not going to be able to.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Get rid of that.
She's not going to be able to move
You can't
past
trust
it.
the friend and you can't trust the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move
So
on.
now it's kind of a cut and run sort of scenario for
That's
both.
what I was saying about like there's some red flags that you see that you just have to let it go.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't talk your way out of it. You can't like all three of you talk as a group. Like, what are you talking about? You two of you already did the dirty. You already did it.
Yeah.
So what are we repairing?
And also that, even the whole overstepping boundaries aside, it's kind of like there's that whole thing of just like, oh well, I only fucked him to see if he would fuck me. You know, like where's the boundary there? You know, like you're like
It was for science.
just because it was over text and pictures, like where was your boundary? You had no fucking boundary here. You literally were like, I just wanted to see if he'd let me suck his dick. Like, well, he did, and now but you went through with it. Like.
Yeah. So what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
I think both. I think her best bet, cut and run from both of them. Like,
Yeah.
I
I
agree. I would too.
That's what I would do.
yeah. So mine definitely should have been in the middle. Sam's was a perfect ender, but
Yours had a headline that I thought was.
I know. I thought it was that's what caught me. Honestly, I wanted to have one that was a little bit more wacky and fun, which is why I picked the one that said fucking trapped to my feet. Because I was thinking like, oh god, he got put in a box for fucking 2 years or whatever. You know, I didn't know he's in a box. Like he's been locked in a cage for 2 years. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought it was too.
That's where I thought we were going,
Yeah.
but that's not where we went.
No, not where
That's
we went.
not where it went.
But you know, that being said, we appreciate you guys for listening here. This was a kind of a mega thick episode.
It was thick in all the right
It
places.
was thick in all the right places. So you know that maybe this makes up for the fact that we didn't do the mini-sode. We just fucking crammed it all into one thing here.
That's right.
Next week
guys.
we'll hopefully have some mini-sode action going on here. And other than that, oh shit, you know what next week is? You know what next week is? Next week is Sam's birthday.
Oh shit!
Oh shit. Yeah. So that's
Birthday.
that's just
And my birthday.
that's another page in our triple autobiography that's getting written right there.
Yep.
We're gonna write it live on stream, every excruciating detail. And she brushed her teeth
Oh my god!
using Crest, and then washed her hair using
I like Colgate.
yeah. And I forget what your shampoo is.
Colgate
and
more
fucking,
too.
Like weird shit I can't pronounce.
It's a Mika.
Oh my god. It's pronounced Keurig. I know it's new, but we'll get you there.
If you guys have stories that you want us to read, if you want to try to trick us with some onion stuff, send that to Sushie because she's the one
Send it
reading
to
them.
me.
Yeah, if you guys,
I want to know. I want to see it.
at Sushi Monster. But if you guys have stories you want us to read, send us a message on at contact@everyonesuckshere.com for email, or hit us up on Twitter at ESH Podcast. As per usual, you guys can find us all across the fucking internet. We're everywhere on like every podcast service known to man now. So and on YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you're on YouTube, leave us a like, maybe a comment or two.
Yeah.
It really helps with our analytics.
Ring that bell.
And
Ring the bell.
analytics really help us get out there and
They do,
share
they do.
our podcast with everyone else. So we really appreciate everybody who's been commenting on all that.
Yeah.
And we do our best to respond to as many as possible, which
Yeah.
is
When we can.
a couple.
We do it when we can. Yeah. So that being said, we will see you guys next week for a mini and a full episode.
Yes.
And a new president. Next week, baby, new president.
For my birthday, I get a new president.
Yeah, that's true.
I do.
That is great. That's a great birthday.
Yeah, it made 2016's birthday really, really sad.
Yeah, but it'll be happier.
It'll be happier.
now.
And remember, it's just because it's 2021.
Wear your fucking
Wear your
mask.
mask. Black lives still matter.
Yeah.
Wear your
Stay
fucking mask.
inside.
Stay home. Stop fucking doing dumb shit.
Stop going to baby showers. What's wrong with you?
God, for real.
Stop traveling.
Stop fucking
Stop
traveling.
traveling. We're never going to get out of this.
All right,
It's
everyone.
a team project, and you're failing.
All right?
Because that one guy.
That one fucking guy that nobody wanted on the
One
team.
guy that won't do their work.
All right, goodbye.
Goodbye.